commend Deputy D for his work on this, which is, I think, about 18 months in progress at this stage. And deputies will be sick of me talking about silos in government, and this is one of the areas that is most apparent and most effective. So you have the Department of Health, that is the lead department on this, but you have the Department of Social Protection and also the Department of Community involved in this as well. And I got very frustrated listening to the Minister's script in my office. And it was a script, because I know, Minister, it's not really how you feel. You want a 6-month delay on this. But a lot of the cases I deal with, and I've had to deal with in the last 2 months in Fair Deal, are people who get a call to be told that their relative needs to be moved from a general hospital. And because there's no step-down facilities, or there's a shortage of bed in step-down facilities, they're being presented with an unachievable thing of getting that person out and getting that person dealt with. They don't have 6 months. They're lucky to get 6 days in some cases, and they're putting themselves in that situation and to deal with the rules in Fair Deal around assets, around income, and try and resolve all of that, with very little independent advice and very little independent information available to them. And that is why the members of this House are so expert on Fair Deal, because we are the port of call in dealing with that. They don't have 6 months. Families don't have 6 months. The current way of doing home care, they're non-existent home care packages. The current way of doing home help means that if you are looking for home help or in a situation where you need emergency home help, normally from middle of September on, you will not get it because the budget has been spent. The budget has been allocated and allocated to current hours. And we found last year that it took until the middle and end of November until the extra allocation that was given last July actually petered down into the system, and we were in a position to get extra hours, extra home help hours for new clients, not to mind existing clients, or not to mind to get an expansion of existing clients. And you cannot say you have a proper home care system when you're ringing and begging for 45 minutes of home help a day. That is not a proper home care system in any way. It's not structured, it's not planned, and we need to look at that. And those people who are on a queue for home help, who can't get enough time in home help, they don't have 6 months either. And the reality is, and I come back to my silo point, we have 21-week delays at the moment for considering a carer's application. The majority of initial carers' applications are turned down, and they have to go into the appeals process, which is around 18 months. If we are serious about encouraging families and encouraging people to remain in their home, we will deal with that situation as well. The Department of Social Protection will actually take and step up to the plate in terms of their responsibilities to carers and their responsibilities to emergency carers in particular, where people are placed at relatively short notice into a situation of caring. There should be provision there. And in relation to the Fair Deal, and Deputy Rabbit has touched on it, the rules around Fair Deal urgently need reviewing, because Deputy O'Loughlin was right. When it was introduced in 2009 and 2010, it did have an impact, and it made a very substantial impact, and you can see that from our volume of casework. But in the last 18 months, I've noticed that the rules and that there has now blockages in the system that weren't previously there. And the rules around assets, the rules around farmland in particular, are not reflective of the way society is run. Farmland is not something that can be sold at a minute's notice. It's not something that can be sold at if you get a week's call from a hospital to move somebody onto a nursing home. Farmland may go back generations, and in the case of an older person in particular, they're not going to get rid of that land, and some consideration has to be given to the value of farmland. Similarly, for people who are self-employed, who have spent their life building up business and building up assets, to be asked to make that decision so quickly, and to be asked to be put into that position so quickly, either for them or as a member of their family, consideration has to be given there as well in terms of that. But the overall issue is, Minister, as a country, as a government, and I mean government in the sense of permanent government, we do not understand or value home care. We do not understand or value keeping people in their home. Yes, we all talk about it, but in terms of the systems, in terms of the procedures we've put in place to allow people to remain in their home, particularly at short notice and particularly at a time of a crisis, we don't have the systems in place. And the notion of another 6 months for you to review that, and I have absolutely no doubt on your personal commitment to this, but the system doesn't get it, and the system doesn't want to get it. And I am 10 years in this House this year, and every one of those 10 years we've been dealing with problems with home help, dealing with problems with the Fair Deal, dealing with problems with these wonderful, mysterious home care packages. And you've more chance of seeing Sun in Ireland in July than you have of a home care package, because I'd rarely ever see them. So let's take the opportunity the Deputy OD's bill is presented, and let's get serious. and let's actually say we're going to do this. And I only know Brendan Courtney in the House. What he has done is to articulate the frustration and the desperation of thousands of families around this country who weren't in the position to do that. He's articulated that. He's articulated what we're all dealing with every day. Let not another year pass, and let's not go into another autumn where home help will finish in September because of the lack of resources. And in a year, Minister, where you will not be allowed to get a supplementary estimate because of the new expenditure rules. Let's actually take this seriously for once and for all and say that in 2017, as a republic, we initiated a home care system, a care system based on families that actually is responsible and respectful of our republic.